the final order cut-off hashtag killer picks for June the 13th.
Final order cut-off. So first of all, thanks to everybody who commented and sort of dropped me a message on last week's final order cut-off segment. It seemed to go down really, really well, and I think there was a few books in there that people didn't realise were coming out, and that was the whole premise of us doing it for this part of the show. It's so that you don't miss out the books, and those hashtag flippers don't make lots and lots of money from you. So what I try to do is keep it to I think I've maybe done about my top 5 books here for a final order cut-off. Maybe, Charlie, I can't remember. So these are the final order cut-off that's due this Monday coming. So any of these books, please make sure that you speak to your local comic shop to get them ordered. First up, I've went for Impact Winter. This is a book from Image Comics. This is just a one-shot. And it only comes in at $4.99, which is not bad for a one-shot book. I believe this is due out July 6th in the shops. Now, obviously, all these dates that I'm giving you guys are subject to change because you know what it's like. We've been waiting on books for 3 or 4 weeks. Did Triskelly come out? Did anybody see Triskelly?
No.
No, it didn't come out. No, I didn't think so. If anybody sees Triskelly on their journey, could you please let out either? Yeah, I don't know what's happening. So this is.
I spoke to David Byrne regarding Triskelly, and he said, "Yep, store should have it." I went on to Forbidden Planet, didn't have it. A Place in Space didn't have it, and Galactic Comics didn't have it. But he said Diamond have confirmed that it was delivered and it was released.
Okay.
Really?
So I haven't been able to find it on Comics.
Put it this way: I made a Diamond order before I quit Not Quite Mint, and I still haven't had it.
Listen, it better be good. Put it that way. It'll be worth the wait. I'm hoping. So yeah, I'm just looking at the chat here. So Double O is saying Triskelly is definitely out.
Maybe US only.
Maybe I'm not too sure. But anyway, back to FOC. Impact Winter, issue number 1 shot. This is written by Travis Beecham and art is by Stephen Green and Matt Hollingworth. You'll see that I've included the code there. So that's the code that if you give that to your local comic shop, they'll be able to get the book absolutely no problem ordered up for you. And as I say, it's due in the shop July 6th. So it's been 1 year since a comet hit Earth and blotted out the sun. Now the world is a dark, cold landscape ruled by vampires. In the British countryside, a band of survivors have formed a resistance in the fallout shelter of a medieval castle. Among them is Darcy, a young, headstrong fighter waiting for the chance to prove she can be on the front lines. But when that opportunity comes, Darcy will come face to face with the true horrors of this new world. All I heard was vampires, guys, and I was all in.
Yeah.
So I think this might be one to pick up. And again, it's from Image, and they very rarely, I think it's an Image Skybound book, so they very rarely disappoint. So that's Impact Winter issue number 1, and it's just a one-shot, guys. So next up, we have...
I think it might end up on the keys.
Oh, hashtag spoiler. Next up, we've got Absolution issue number 1. This is from the fantastic AWA Upshot, and this is written by Peter Milligan and art by Mike Diodato. This is only $3.99. Most AWA Upshot books are. And again, this is roughly going to be in the shops about July 6th, but keep an eye out because that might change. The synopsis for this is Nina Ryan was a hired killer who brought nothing but pain and suffering to the world. Now she has a month to prove that she can change, a month to make up for her crimes and find absolution, or the bombs that have been implanted in her head will explode, killing her instantly. As her journey of atonement is live streamed to a fickle public, Nina is about to discover that the road to redemption might be splattered with blood. Come on, guys. If that doesn't sell a book, nothing will. Please.
That sounds great.
What do you think? I think that sounds absolutely fantastic. Again, because this is a Upshot, guys, it's probably not going to be readily available on at your LCS. So make sure that you get it ordered up. That would be.
It's very much like a Metal Gear Solid video game type of cover.
Yeah, it's got that
Total Recall and Total Recall type of thing.
It looks like a movie poster. Yeah,
it's got like a what's that?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
It's got Blade Runner vibes about it. So that's Absolution issue number 1. Next up, my favourite, and I think this is going to be a key. So watch this space. This is from Ablaze. Maybe Tom. Yeah. And this is
no spoilers.
No spoilers. Sorry about that. We should talk before we do this. This is Prometheus 1313 issue number 1. Now this is written by Andy Diggle, and the artwork is by Sean Martinborough. Again, only $3.99 and due out July 6th. So this book, I don't know if you remember, guys, at Thought Bubble, Jock was giving away posters, and this was the poster he was giving away. So Jock does cover A for all the issues, and he does a virgin cover for each of these issues. So for any fellow Jock fans like myself, that might be something that you want to go and check out. I have this on my pull list because I love the work that Andy Diggle does. And normally when Andy Diggle and Jock work together, it's like, Capullo and Snyder. So I'm not going to read that whole premise. I'm going to let you guys read it for yourselves, or watch it and read it in the rewind. But needless to say, it's UFOs, it's space, and it's based on the best-selling, award-winning prequel to Prometheus. So I would highly recommend you guys go and check that out.
Spaceships, aliens, and Atlantis.
Oh, sold. Take my money. Take my absolute. I ordered up the Virgin cover of this book, so it doesn't have the 1313. And hopefully Jock's going to be at Thought Bubble this year, because I think it'll be a fantastic book to get signed. So
yeah,
just for me.
Just get it to put the 1313 in for you.
Oh, get in.
This is definitely on my key list.
I've been waiting for this day.
I've not been this excited for a book in a long while. And this is Batman issue number 125. Now, I just went for cover A on this book. Can I just say, and I know you know I'm biased, but check out the Jock cover for this. It's phenomenal. So this is written by Chip Zdarsky. He's taken over, guys. And I have all the faith in the world that he's going to take over, and he's going to do the Batman that we all deserve. This is the artwork is by George Jimenez, and superstar writer Chip Zdarsky joins legendary artist George Jimenez to define a new era in Batman. Bruce Wayne is at a turning point, haunted by dreams of a dark future, while Gotham City billionaires are being gruesomely murdered. With the discovery of an archnemies involvement. Thank you. And a tragedy unfolding. The Dark Knight's nightmares are just beginning. Failsafe starts here. And then there's a backup story as well, which I'm not always that keen on. I'd rather just have more of the main story. But guys, are you all in for this? I know I am.
100%.
Oh, me too.
100%.
I just thought, hold on, can I just point out the fact that I'm dyslexic? You guys can read, and I could read the fact that it said arch enemy.
All right, show off.
Just saying.
No,
I'm wild shot with myself.
You're all proud. You're all proud.
Well done, Tom. Well done, mate.
This is going to be an absolute winner. I think I'm so looking for, and inevitably one of us will pick this just to see if it's as good as we all think it's going to be.
Yeah, definitely. I would 100%.
I love my
Andy on this one, because it is worth buying it now, because it is a key. And I'm going to give you that now, because in a couple of weeks I will be talking about it. But it is a key for a couple of significant reasons. There's 3 first appearances, and it's the first time Chip Zdarsky is writing Batman. So it is worth doing it, because he's already, like, people are already talking about the fact that he's going to be going down in history as one of the best Batman writers. He hasn't even written a book yet,
and he's not written anything yet.
And I've read 124 issues of Batman, so I've kind of seen it come and go. And obviously Joshua Williamson has just finished his arc, which ended yesterday. 124 ended yesterday, and I'm ecstatic waiting for Chip Zdarsky. I've been chomping at the bit since it was like 3 months ago when it was told he was coming out and he was going to be working with George Jimenez, because George Jimenez worked with James Tynion doing the artwork for that. So he's come back and he's now doing it with Chip Zdarsky. And every single Batman cover I pick up, I always get cover A, and I also get the variants as well, the 2 variants. And I cannot wait. I really, really cannot wait. Chip Zdarsky is one of the greatest writers. He's absolutely smashed this out of the park with Daredevil. And now he's on Batman. And it's going to be great.
The anticipation is so high at the minute. And that brings concern as well, because, with anticipation, there's expectation. But I think Chip very rarely lets people down. And speaking of Chip Zdarsky, he can't be busy enough coming up with issue number 125.
Stillwater,
And Stillwater,
Daredevil.
yeah. He's doing Daredevil issue number 1 with Marco Cicchetto, $4.99. And I think apparently this is coming out the week after, so this is July 13. But again, just keep an eye on that one. So this is a follow-up to the last run that he did, which is my favourite Daredevil run of all time. So after the rain comes the dawn is the synopsis. In the wake of Wilson Fisk's violent and visceral last act, it's a new era for New York and the Man Without Fear. With a groundbreaking creative team returning to usher in an all-new chapter, Matt Murdock has no choice but to leave behind everything he's ever known. And Elektra is the last vestige of his former life. Everything Matt Murdock thought is meant to be Daredevil is about to change, including the challenges he will have to face in the cowl. And it's rated T+, so I don't think they're going to hold back on this book. So that's Daredevil issue number 1.
I'm looking forward to reading this because in was it in the previous ones didn't Wilson Fisk kill Daredevil's brother?
Spoiler. Yeah, no, it's definitely go and check it out. Hopefully this will get people to read the last arc as well. And there's 35, 36 issues in that, but it's definitely worth the read. Now, guys, I know we're 2 hours into the show, and thanks to everybody who's still with us.
Yeah.
But what I've done, guys, is I've tried to pick some kind of honourable mentions, and I've focused on the cover art, because I know a lot of people, especially with issue 1s, just look at the cover art and pick it based on that. So these are some of my top picks when it comes to FOC cover art. So I've went for Robin Hood, Children of Dr. Moreau. I hope I've pronounced that right. Issue number 1. And this is by this particular cover here. Cover D is Ivan Teo, which is, for me, this year is probably top 3 cover artists. We'll see how the rest of the year goes, but he's definitely up there. So again, this is Zenoscope, I believe, is bringing this out. So this isn't going to be readily available. I think it's a little bit more. I think it's maybe a $6 or $7.99 book. So definitely take that code there and give it to your LCS, and they'll be able to get that ordered up for you, because I don't think you'll be finding this on the shelves. Were you guys even aware that this existed?
No.
I've read Robin Hood a couple of times, but not this particular one.
Not that one. Okay, and I think this might be a one shot as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I've put Little Monsters issue number 5 because it's the last issue. Dustin has produced what I think is probably the best cover of the 5. I think this is stunning. This cover.
It's very Peach from Oko.
It really is. Do you know, I had to take a double take for it, but dare I say it's probably a little bit better, and it's in keeping with the artwork that's been in the books, where it's black and white and just that touch of red. So you're right, Chris, 100%. Next up, guys, I went for Batman Killing Time issue number 5. This is cover C, so this is a 1 in 20 cover. This is Ben Oliver variant, and I just thought this was absolutely stunning. It's not a run that I've been picking up, but you know, every so often you just get those covers that catch your eye. This was one of them. I think it's a fantastic cover. What do you think?
I like the cover. I do, and I've got Francesco Martina did one a while back. Yeah. The only thing about this Ben Oliver cover, and I don't know if it's the picture we've got on the screen, but his monocle looks too white. That. I look at that, and it's like someone's just accidentally put a white circle over it.
It's almost like it's unfinished.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It looks like it should be like glazed over and stuff, but yeah, it's a great cover, and it is a great cover.
At least if it's almost been Tipp-Ex'd over, but interestingly, I think there's a reason for that, because I think the reflection is a spoiler. So the reflection of the monocle is a spoiler, and that's why they've maybe done that.
Would make sense,
I could be completely wrong.
That would make sense.
I know well. Last one here, guys. I've got Poison Ivy issue number 2. This is cover B by Jenny Frisson.
Sorry, can you say that again?
No, this is going to be a fantastic cardstock variant.
Oh, what?
Yep, this is going to be. Now, this comes in a 1 in 100 cover, but it's kind of got like a red hue over it, so it's like an all red cover. It does, for me, it doesn't look half as good as this cover. And this is going to be open ordered as well, guys. So it's not as if it's a retailer incentive. So get all over it.
Has she done a similar cover with this with Harley Quinn? it looks like the same layout. I think it was last year, there was a Poison Ivy laying in that similar position and Harley Quinn was laying next to her. I think it was like for DC Pride last year, and I think that was done by Frisson.
No, you mentioned it. I think you may be right.
I kind of think I've seen this cover or this similar layout of the character before, but it's still a great cover.
Yeah, isn't she got Harley Quinn opposite her?
Yeah.
Oh yes, and it was like 2 joining covers, I think, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's the Pride one, isn't it? I think I've got the poster.
Yeah.
Which I need to send to Charlie.
This is open order, guys. So 3 or 4 quid, and this could be yours. So definitely check it out and get those orders in. 2 more to go, guys. I couldn't do a killer covers without a Batman 125 Jock cover. So this is the 1 in 50 Jock foil variant, which I think is the last in the run. And this I think is going to be a gold cover as well for 125.
Haven't you just picked this one for your covers this week?
No, that's next week.
Who's winning? Hold on, let me just check. Oh, 38%. Yeah, I'm winning.
I'm always losing, so I don't care.
Here, interestingly, I don't think this is the best one. I still think the one this week is probably the best one out of the lot of them. And yeah, there's a little bit of Batman Jock fatigue going on at the minute with the amount of covers he's doing. I went for Starhenge, Dragon and Boar issue number 1. This is a Ryan Brown cover. So Ryan Brown from Northern Ireland has done this cover, and I think it's stunning. I don't know anything about the book.
Good. No,
don't know anything about the book, but it was like kind of a featured in the previews book. So normally when they feature a book, it's going to be an interesting story. So yeah, I'll be picking it up just for the artwork, and if the story's any good, then it'll be a nice Brucey bonus for me. But that is FOC, guys, and as a reminder, FOC is for this Monday coming, so get your orders in at your LCS or go check out Galactic Comics.
And for anyone that doesn't know what FOC is, Andy, can you give a brief synopsis of what FOC actually stands for?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's your final order cut-off. So normally what happens each week is it's roughly about the Friday, that's when it gets finalised. All the books that are going to be available for that weekend for publishers, they send, all the publishers send all the books, a list of all the books to all the shops, and the shops have an opportunity. It's the final opportunity for them to order them up before they go and get printed, and they normally work 3 or 4 weeks behind. So as I said, these books are due the first week in July. It's just for me, I rely on final order cut off because I don't have a huge pull list, and I don't always want all the covers all the time. So every Friday I make a point of getting in to my LCS and giving them the codes for the books that I want, and it just means that you're definitely going to get it, you're guaranteed to get it, and 9 times out of 10 you can pick a fantastic cover like this, or a book that maybe is going to be worth a little bit more money. And if you can flip some books to pay for the hobby, then I'm not against that, to be honest with you. So that's another opportunity that's open to you. But Tom, obviously you owned Not Quite Mint, so you've been well used to FOC and doing this sort of stuff. Yeah,
definitely, mate. And just exactly what Andy said, that's exactly how it works. If you can let the comic shop know on the Friday or Saturday what books you want that are coming to the final cut-off, that is great. But I would massively recommend, guys, as soon as you get your previews magazine, to get those books orders, because there's some that just go completely under the radar with the comic shops. And when it gets to final cut-off order, they might actually not even be able to get them anymore. And there are some times when books, I give you the keys, or we talk about books that have come out and you guys are, oh, I wish I'd have read that, but I can't get it anymore. I would go and try and pick them up really early on. I think we are planning at some point as a group, the 3 of us, of doing a preview show. So we'll be able to give you a little bit of a rundown of what we think you should get that
month. Yeah. I personally can't wait for that, Tom. I know we've done one in the Not Quite Mint channel, but I think the last 2 FOCs that I've done here is a kind of almost like a test piece to see how it would go and how it would be received. And I think doing once a month, we'll do a previews show, which we'll take the previews catalogues and we'll pick our top picks, top covers, and hopefully we might be able to work with our sponsor Galactic Comics to maybe offer some incentives to go to those guys and pick up those books. Alternatively, just go to your local comic shop.